What does it take to cross a pole? What does it take to develop premium expedition products?
Well, since I first started to do expeditions in 1986, I've been working on details on equipment and designing, tents and sleeping bags and swimsuits to cross leads. That has always been a big part of me and doing expeditions, trying to move it forward on the technical side. So the suit we're making now has all my experience in it. I really like working on equipment, and I've been fortunate to work with Norrøna with equipment for quite a few years. I like working with designers, and they're so passionate about what they're doing, and to be with the guys with Norrøna who really knows what quality is. That has been a privilege, really, and for me, coming from kind of the user end and working with the guys that actually do the final layout of it, it's been a privilege, and it's very inspiring for me to work with people who know what they're doing. We have the meetings, we go through all the details that we have from before, we go through the elements that I want to change, and we implement that in the first prototype.
Ja. Men hadde du, det den opplevelse du hadde av alle borrelåsene, eller var det kun den der?
I take the first prototype with me on a trip, which I just have done now on Baffin Island.
And the light on my anorak, you see the whole thing ices up, everything ices up completely.
And after that, we immediately sat down and went through all the details, so that it was fresh from the field.
Når det blir så mye is, så får ikke glidelåsene helt opp, og så blir det veldig mye vind som kommer inn her, så du må ha en mulighet for å lukke den. Bare se på den der løsningen der og finne noe som funker for dere, egentlig.
Der har vi...
Der har vi løsningen. Nei, løsningen.
You can't just walk in, the woods or do a weekend trip in the mountains. You need some time. You need some period of days or weeks to be able to really get to know all the details and also the durability.
The North Pole is one of the world's most desolate regions. A vast white wilderness, its extreme weather conditions owing to its treacherous reputation. However, for Børge Ousland, it's become a second home.
The plan is we're going to Nome in Alaska in mid-August, and from there we will sail into the polar ocean, and we want to penetrate as far into the polar ocean as possible. And then we'll get onto the ice, the boat will return, and Mike and myself, we will start skiing towards the North Pole and continue towards Svalbard. We'll start in the warm side of the season and walk towards the winter and the darkness.
On the 12th of September, 2019, Børge and Mike leave the sail ship Pangaea. Ahead waits over 1,500 kilometers of frozen wilderness, ice, and death traps. The explorers need to keep a tight schedule with strict routines, relying on all their collective experience. This will be their hardest test to date. After battling the darkness, ice, and cold for more than a month, Børge and Mike reached the North Pole on the 17th of October, 450 kilometers from the boat they left behind.
But we're at the North Pole. Congratulations, huh? Well done, Børge! Yeah, we deserve this. We deserved it in the middle of the night.
But this is only half of the expedition, and they are not able to stay at the pole for long. Ahead lies 900 kilometers of darkness, cold, and shifting ice. This is the ultimate test for the Arktis collection. Despite a depleted food supply, extreme weather, shifting ice, infections, and accidents, Børge and Mike dig deep and keep a good steady pace towards their goal. This trip seems impossible to complete. After 86 days, Børge and Mike reach the boat Lance. Behind them, they have crossed over 1,500 kilometers of ice and survived unsupported in the frozen wilderness. Never before has anyone completed such a feat.
Yes!
Developing a new neurona collection takes a lot of trial and error. Speed bumps and setbacks are part of the daily routine in a product development process that can take years to complete. All logistical elements need to come together and work in tandem. You never know which you might meet in the world's most isolated regions.
So the process actually has been going on since 2006. It takes a long time to make a product like that. So that jacket, that trouser have all the elements that I have tested and worked out in my head on all these trips. What do I need to make life as good and comfortable and as safe as possible when I do my expeditions? And now we will build on that and launch the Arctic battle dress. This will be really the high-end, the ultimate jacket and trousers for expedition use, or just normal mountain use, because if it works in the Arctic, it will also work in Norwegian mountains or wherever it's windy and cold.